welcome back to my channel. My name is Elizabeth here at Lizzie Loves Life, and today I'm going to do my pregnancy update for week 16 and 17, and boy, were these challenging weeks, and I have a big update for you guys. A lot of things went down, so if you're interested, let's get into it. So like I said, y'all may have noticed on my Instagram, I posted something about anxiety, things like that. So these weeks, I definitely have been going back and forth with taking the Makena shot. If you haven't been following me for long, I will leave my pregnancy update playlist up above. But since this is my pregnancy for my baby number 2, I was recommended to take these progesterone hormone shots, and I definitely went down the rabbit hole of Google and definitely was stressing out about it, freaking out, reading a lot of side effects, things about the clinical trials and studies and things like that. So I was having a lot of anxiety over that, leading up to a couple of things that happened towards the end of the 17 weeks. But I originally had an appointment scheduled to try and get my first shot of Makena shot that I ended up trying to cancel on my own just for fear, and honestly just I was not ready. I wanted to talk to my primary doctor about my feelings and things, mainly with my blood pressure. If you guys don't know, I am like borderline hypertension especially when I am pregnant, so that was something I was really worried about, and just some of the other kind of hormonal things I was worried about, side effects with it. So I tried to cancel it, but then it turned out that the shots weren't even shipped yet. If you have gone through the process, then I've watched a lot of YouTube videos here, but the shipping and pharmacy and everything is just a very big delay, and it comes up as like a blocked number on my phone. It's all through the phone communication, so it's really hard. There's no email communication or anything like that, so that was delayed. So I didn't have an appointment anyway, which was fine by me because I was not comfortable getting it. But then me and my husband in week 16 started to get like a cold, and we were getting a lot of boogies, things like that. So like for me, like I was only really getting it at night, where my nose would kind of be stuffed up. So one of the biggest things for these weeks was using my humidifier. If you haven't checked out the Vicks one, it is my favorite. I have one in my room and I also have one in my son's room. It's really good because it does have a little spot for they make like vapor pads. So you just put it in there and then it really helps, and it's in the ear as well. So I really like using those. So I've been using that consistently, even now to today. I'm still using that, but my kind of sinuses just kept getting worse, and it got to the point where I couldn't breathe through one of my nose like during the day. Like my boogies would be like so yellow, some redness. I didn't have any bloody noses during that time period, but definitely on the cusp of it. So it got to the point where I wanted to reach out to my doctors and see if there's anything that I can do, because majority of what I've read when you're pregnant is to not take anything for any of that kind of stuff. You kind of just like use the saline spray or like a neti pot humidifier, and you just kind of suffer through it. So because I had this sickness and it was so bad for almost 2 weeks, this is towards the end of 17 weeks, I reached out to them and they told me a couple things. Let me pull up the email that they said. Okay, they said safe medications to take in pregnancy are plain, not the ones with the D. Allergy meds such as Allegra, Zyrtec, Claritin, and Benadryl. Sudafed, the plain kind, nasal spray. And then if all else, I need to go to my primary care provider. So that day, I decided to go to CVS and I took a generic version of Allegra. Went to the pharmacy, talked about trying to get Sudafed, but they recommended me take something that was not off the counter. Is that called off the counter? Yeah. Where you don't have to get it from the pharmacist. Anyway, that's just kind of in the aisles, and gave me like a generic nasal decongestant that they recommend for pregnant people because they said Sudafed would increase your blood pressure. So if you remember, my blood pressure has kind of been on the cusp, wavering on kind of more of the higher side, not anything for me to get medication at this point. So I decided to take it, and then me and Isaac actually had a date night that night, and I was starting to get really bad headaches, to the point where you would like bend down to pick something off the floor and your head would just be rocking, and I felt it so much my teeth were hurting. It felt like I had cavities running through my teeth. So I was in a lot of pain. I decided to check my blood pressure. I do have a blood pressure monitor. I've been kind of monitoring myself at home just to kind of make sure I'm kind of leveling, stabling, that kind of stuff, and it got really, really high. It got as high as 148/93, and I immediately called my husband downstairs and he helped do bedtime. I kind of segregated myself from my family, went and took a hot shower just to kind of get that steam to get some boogies out, and I tried to go to sleep. Later that morning, I woke up and my blood pressure was doing much better, 104/79, so back to normal. I spoke with my doctors and they definitely said that the night before I should have went to the emergency room. So that day I was definitely high alert, high anxiety, worried about the baby that I'm carrying. So I was freaking out and kind of scheduled like, not an emergency ultrasound, but like the place we went to find out our gender reveal. If you haven't seen our gender reveal, I'll link it up above. But the place we go, they had an opening for the next day on a Saturday, for like Saturday morning, for an ultrasound. So I told Isaac, is there any way that we can go? I really want to go, just make sure that the baby's okay. So we did, and baby is looking good, good heart rate, is measuring up to scale like a couple days ahead even, and was moving and grooving in there. So that was a huge relief off my chest. That same day though, when I was recovering from my high blood pressure, we heard some devastating news and have a loss in our family. That's all I'm really going to discuss at this moment. So prayers for my family, and especially my brother-in-law's family, for the loss of a family member. So like I said, it's definitely been a very high anxiety, stressful, sick 2 weeks, but I'm happy to say I'm starting to get better. Personally, I'm just trying to kind of control my blood pressure more, and my sickness is starting to kind of go on the other end. I probably should have just went to my primary care doctor and not just kind of relied on my OBGYN. So that's kind of, I should have just went to the doctor, but you do what you got to do when you have a toddler. But that situation, everything is starting to be on the mend, so fingers crossed I can kind of get over this that's still kind of sitting around. But I mean, not contagious, no fever, anything like that. It's not COVID or anything like that, but definitely like a sinus infection from a cold that Jackson brought into the house about the first week of May. But moving on to kind of the rest of my pregnancy update for this, I'm no longer taking vitamins B6, so yay. If you haven't been following me, I have been super sick the first trimester with this little one, and I am no longer needed to take B6. Some nights I will still get a little queasy, will have my bowl of cereal, things like that, but for the most part it has been good. And if you hear that noise, I apologize. I think someone's doing yard work and stuff. Welcome to summertime. So one of my girlfriends got a huge water jug like this, and I was at a park play date with her, and she told me all about it, how it's been keeping her keep track with her water, and I am now hooked. So I will link my bottle down below, but it's one of those gigantic gallon water jugs, and it starts off like 7 a.m. to the finish line. And I will say, since having this, I have pretty much finished it, and like for probably over a week I have been able to finish this up completely. Now it does come with a straw, and it is pretty easy to open. I was originally, and I don't drink straight out of this. I definitely kind of keep my Yeti cups on hand and then constantly just kind of refill it into my cup. So that way you don't have to constantly wash this. It just kind of stays with water. You don't have any mouth germs or anything on it then you can keep this in your car, around your house, and then whenever you need water, just refill your Yeti cup. And that has been helping so much. That's definitely something I was kind of lacking in the first trimester, was drinking the amount of water needed and recommended for pregnancy and just people in the daily. I would probably have 2 or 3 of these. Now I'm having about 7 of these a day. So if you're interested in this, I will link it down below. Definitely something very helpful. A couple of cravings I have had this 2 weeks is queso. Love me some queso with Mexican food, and fried chicken. I don't know, I was definitely a period of time where I was wanting Chick-fil-A, Bojangles, just fried chicken, just in general. Fried chicken was where it was at these weeks, and that was definitely a cravings. And then what I have been living in is, I posted a picture on Instagram, been wearing this constantly. It's non-maternity, but it is perfect. It is a summer dress that I have been obsessed with wearing. Also comes with the toddler version, so I have bought my daughter, coming soon, a dress that will just be hanging in her thing. I just got the 18 months. It's kind of running out of sizes, but I do have that for us to match when she finally fits into that. Also have been wearing this kind of t-shirt dress a whole lot. A lot of my normal Amazon dresses have been fitting for this bump, and I have been going to the pool a lot recently, so I've been wearing a lot of these maternity bathing suits. 2 of them are from Amazon and 1 is from Target. I have been living in them. Plenty of room to grow. They are 1 piece in black, but I have really enjoyed wearing them. And then I've been wearing the Pregger shirt a lot too. It is so soft, you guys. You may have seen me wearing it in a couple of videos here on YouTube, but those are kind of my lifelines. And then I recently pulled out my nursing bras that I highly recommend you guys check out. I will post them down below as well, but my boobs are definitely not fitting into my Victoria's Secret bras that I had. So definitely needed to get those. So I am still currently sleeping with my Snuggle, and it is doing the trick with my regular pillow, satin case. I do now have a satin case on my body pillow so I don't get like the frizzies from how I kind of sleep with it on top of my head, just so I can have my pillow underneath. This is in a previous pregnancy update if you haven't seen that. One of the best moments of the week was probably honestly the relief of knowing that she is doing okay in there and I didn't cause any pain or horribleness by taking that medicine. Missing anything, I have been missing having like a cold turkey sandwich. So I'm looking forward to that once all of this is over, but once the pregnancy is over, it'll be like fall time, so then you don't really want cold turkey sandwiches in the fall winter time, or at least me. Nothing really has been making me that queasy or sick. I've definitely been feeling her move. I had my anatomy scan like a day, like yesterday, so that I'll update you guys more on the anatomy scan in my 18-week appointment, or I'll update you guys more on the anatomy scan in my 18-week pregnancy update. But I do have an anterior placenta, so they said that could be a reason why I don't feel the baby move all the time, but I definitely have been feeling her. I will say though, I did not feel her for those couple of days that I was super sick taking that medication though, so that definitely kind of worried me some more. Belly button in or out, still trying to come out. Wedding rings on or off, they still can fit, but majority of the time I just don't put them on. Still happy or moody most of the time. I was sick, so there's that. And then what am I looking forward to? Since we adjusted the anatomy scan, we have had now 3 ultrasounds showing that she is a girl. We are officially getting this room ready to move upstairs. So I have been upstairs and sorting out all of Jasmine's old baby clothes into things for my sister, things for my grandkids that I want to like save really nice clothes, and then things that she can wear. I have a bin now in here of like newborn 3-month clothes that I can wash, but all this furniture is going to come upstairs. I think we have around June 9th is when we're trying to schedule movers to bring these up, because it's just kind of going to be difficult with like all the mirrors and how big the lingerie chest and stuff is. So we have that, and then we are officially ordering our furniture from Pottery Barn coming probably late June, early July. So that is super exciting. But yes, that is my pregnancy update. a lot happened these 2 weeks, and I'm just kind of ready for things to have closure and to continue moving on. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I will keep you guys updated as always with this pregnancy and me. So be sure to look out for new fun videos coming soon because we are planning the nursery and it's getting real. So I love you guys. I'll talk to you later. Oh wait, bump shot.
You drive. Do you know I'm looking? And I can't help but smile. Do you know how much I love you? You put my favorite song on.